Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's time for another Bionicle video of some sort. This time we're going to talk about, well, it's a discussion video, so we're going to talk about Karzahni. The set, that is, not well, there's a much better, representation of Karzahni, sort of based on what is seen in the Bionicle World book, sort of. You know, obviously using like a 3D printed or whatever of his mask from that book, and pretty cool mock someone made that I guess was canonized. I don't remember as the official look for Karzahni, but this Karzahni, that was a limited edition set I did have at one point. Got it for Christmas in 2007, obviously. And I don't have it anymore, which is obvious. I do still have parts from it, obviously. There are parts missing, there are parts that are gone, obviously, forever. I could rebuild Karzahni, but I'd rather just purchase the thing again for the same price he originally cost, which was $50. The set itself came with a Gobmatoran named Idris, or Idris, I don't know, a Tomatoran named Sarda. And these two kind of took the Mari Toran design and sort of, you know, slightly elevated. It gave them actual fucking eyes. Unlike Dekhar and Defilak, who look dead inside. If you look straight into their eye cavities, they look fucking dead inside. I mean, seriously. It's like there's no life there. Yeah, so... Plus, Sarda and Idris obviously have Inika feet instead of, you know, Metro feet. They each have, well... they each have a silver Onua claw for a hand, and as well as their respective tool. And also breathing tubes. So, that's cool. They built this trap thing that's, this big freaking, trap thing that's supposed to capture, that they're trying to use to capture Karzahni. He was, sentenced to the pit, apparently, and he was mutated a little bit, and that's why he looks like what we see him in this fucking set. He looked fucking weird. It's like, the Karzahni set that we got, this representation of Karzahni is just fucking weird. It's not what we should have gotten, but I'm grateful that we did get it in the first place. So, I am happy though that there was a mock that was made that looked way better than this thing, but I also kind of like the look of this Karzahni for whatever the fuck reason. But let's go over this. So, the Matoran, obviously, I spoke about, and it's the Mari Toran design. What do you expect? The trap uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Vaki Bordak staves. Wow, talk about an overuse of a piece. He used 2 of this sword piece, the longest of the Mari swords, and in Inika armor, as well as some pistons and some flex axle tube things from the 2004 Titans, Volrock eyes, and a fuck ton of Technic parts. And it looks pretty cool, but also it looks kind of gangly and also sort of unfinished, honestly. It looks like something that was just kind of thrown together just as kind of an experimental piece. It's not honestly worth building. Well, okay, maybe it is worth building just to look at it. And, you know, just take a look at it and play with the function a little bit. It's just not worth it, honestly. It's just not worth, you know, keeping built. I'd say just use the parts for your own mocks. Keep Sarda and Idris built, and keep Karzahni built. That is, unless you would rather build the mock that was officially canonized, I think. So Karzahni himself, I'm on the Biosector 01, looking at the picture. Karzahni is just like a mishmash of different colors, mainly different greens. You know, it has silver as well. Why the fuck does he have that stupid fucking squid launcher? Karzahni doesn't need a fucking squid launcher. He could strangle the Matoran with his chains. Yes, he has chains in this set, which is what he had actually in the book. What the fuck? He does have pistons on his legs. He does have the Mantax feet in Metro Green. He does have Paraka lower legs in Metro Green. He does have two Vakama Hordika heads. Masks. They're not masks. They're just mutated. Whatever. In Metro Green. I still have mine of both of those, actually. He also has, obviously, Technic bits and bobs, sockets, but looks to be two silver Toa Metru chest armor pieces, you know? To cover the gears. And those are just the legs. The torso is weird. He does have a total of 3 of these Karapar shells in a sort of transition from lime green to some other green, and it's a nice kind of effect. It looks pretty damn awesome. I like these shells. 2 of them are used for the arms, obviously, and 1 is used for the torso. The torso in the lower region area. He does use the Anika torso, the upper torso piece, for, to connect his legs to. And obviously he uses the friction ball joint pieces from 2004 and 2005. And he does use a silverish Paraka upper torso to actually connect his, his arms to. So I'm not sure if there's any other torsos there. I actually don't remember. I can't tell from the photo, but I think there's another torso in there as well. So, wow, talk about a use of parts. This is pretty cool. One thing that is kind of phallic about this set is that he uses the Nuparu Inaika claws in his crotch region. So it looks like he's got 3 silver razor sharp cocks pointing downward at a curve a little bit towards the back. Who thought this was a decent design? It's like, this is weird. It's so weird. It's so disturbing in a way, but it's also just like, oh, what were they on when they designed Karzahni? He does have the Takadox blade weapons, which, can be posed in whatever way, I guess, but they're supposed to be like touching and then there. It's interesting. He does have the Vizon cape, which is cool. He uses the Levok Cal shields in gunmetal, as well as a couple of, Technic bits and bobs to secure that cape to his neck region, which is just like, it looks like to be 2 Metro Green Toa Metro upper legs. It's double sockets basically with a pinhole and a couple axle holes. And it also has 2 breathing tubes in red, which is weird. Why does he need those? The arms, throughout this set, he uses a lot of these lime green little tiny barb things, which is cool. His lower legs are nothing, or his lower arms are nothing special. They're just reused Rakshi lower legs in Metro Green. And obviously there's some Technic parts that are holding his armor shells with the barbs on them to his upper arms. He has Alec heads as hands with the barbs, obviously, but also these longer barbs that are like, and it's like there's 4 of those, 2 for each hand as like fingers of some sort. And obviously there's Technic parts that are connected to a socket, and that's plugged onto either of his wrist regions. This is just kind of morbid. Why would you use the head of an Alec, or 2 Alecs, as if he had clones of himself, as the hands of Karzahni? Now I know Makuta 2003, the Makuta used basically Evokees, silver Evokees, as his, well, hands for the most part. I mean, that's just a mask, though. This is not an actual mask. The Baraki heads are not masks at all. They're heads. They're like shells at very least. Now I can see that working, but it just feels morbid with this, and it kind of doesn't match the rest of the color scheme. Now, I have to question the use of the fucking squid launcher. He doesn't need a squid launcher. He can strangle the Minotaur with the fucking chains, you idiots! What the fuck? He does use 2 more of those longer curved barb things in silver, as well as some silver barbs for like these side mounted things to his head, which, you know, his head is combined of small Technic parts here and there, a couple of Hordika necks, as well as 2 recolors of the Prydac feet in Metro Green, which is cool. They're sandwiched together, and that's kind of a unique look, to be honest. It looks kind of alien, it looks kind of weird. Overall, this head design, obviously with the trans-dark red Borak eyes, and just overall this head design looks something you'd see out of like an insectoid-like alien. And just overall, this version of Karzahni, what were they thinking? I mean, yeah, there was story reasons behind this version of Karzahni, but at the same time, it feels kind of wrong, you know? This doesn't really show Karzahni in the best way possible. It was obviously, again, he was sentenced to the pit. Apparently, he was mutated by the mutant gen of the waters, and thus Lego shout out this, and it's like, you know, it's just fucking weird. Look at all this shit. Have you seen Karzahni from 2007? Look at it. Find the image on Biosector 01. There's a PNG, obviously. I prefer JPEG myself, but hey. But this is just a weird fucking set. I mean, the Matoran are fine. The trap is useless for the most part. Just use the parts for something else. And Karzahni himself, well, he does look weird and just feels kind of, you know, disturbing of a design in a way. I guess that's what they're going for, since, you know, Bionicle was kind of dark and edgy at this point. With the 2006, 2007, and I guess to an extent the 2008 storyline. This just feels kind of... what the fuck, basically. It's like, what the fuck were they doing? What did they do to Karzahni? What did Karzahni do to them to make them do this to him? Like, really? What was the reason for him to be sentenced to the pit? Like, what did he do? Now, I understand that he was basically the, I don't know, equivalent of Satan. But, still, you know? This is just a weird set. It's like they clearly didn't know what they truly wanted to do. They just kind of, just experimental, and that's what this set feels like. It's an experiment. It's an experiment of a set. It's an experiment of a build. It's still Bionicle, obviously. It still looks like a fucking Bionicle set. It's just weird. When you look at Karzahni in this photo on Biosector 01, the PNG file is, it looks like some sort of alien creature that's not of this world. Now, obviously, it's a Bionicle world, a torn universe, but still, it doesn't look like Karzahni. Karzahni has a mask. This Karzahni doesn't have a mask. In fact, his head kind of reminds me of, I don't know, an alien grasshopper thing, or whatever those creatures were from Starship Troopers or whatever, This is just weird and just kind of yeah, this set, this version of Karzahni, it's not the worst Titan set I've ever seen, but it's just so weird. It's strange. It's outlandish. And I guess that was what they were going for, and yeah, I actually see some of the barbs in the chest cavity too, in the little lightsaber rod holes in the Paraka upper torso. So there's more barbs. There's a lot of barbs on this thing. What the fuck? And on the Alec heads too. Okay, I guess that works, but still, the Alec heads are probably the most disturbing part of this, because if there were multiple Alecs, it's like Karzahni had to kill 2 Alecs in order to receive these hands. And it's like, he was mutated by the waters of Mari Nui, of the pit, and this is what came out. Yeah, he looks like a mutant, alright. He looks like a freaking, what the fuck is this? You may like this set. You may actually enjoy the look of Karzahni, and I actually like it too. I like the look of this guy, even though he's so fucking weird. His design is, well, in some cases a little phallic, but it does have problems, obviously. And I do intend to get a new copy at some point, but I'm not sure when that will be, because Karzahni is a set that, just, it feels like some kind of cash grab in a way, It's like they had to release Karzahni in some way, shape, or form to go along with the story, which, that's fine. The Bionicle story is timeless. But, I mean, it's respectable, yes. But there's just a lot wrong with this set. I mean, really. The trap, again, is just not worth the build. You could use that for better builds, obviously. The Matoran, again, are alright. They're fine. I like the Mari Torin design, and it's nice to have the Ruru mask in Metru Blue, so that's cool. You can put that on No Combat Metru and see how that looks. And of course, with Sardo, we get another fucking Huna. Great Huna. So we got the Huna 3 times in a row now. With Vakama Metru, Balta, and now with Sarda. This mask was used for 2 Tamatoran. What the fuck? It was used for Toa, and that was probably enough. But then they went out of their way to use it for 2 Tamatoran, obviously of different origin, This Tamatoran was from Mari Nui, and the other Tamatoran was from Voya Nui. It's like, what the fuck? It's definitely a reuse of parts type of thing, and sometimes it's kind of annoying, but hey. But Karzahni himself, while he does look wrong in some cases, the build... I remember when I was building this set, I was actually enjoying the build. And I actually liked, at the time, I liked what I saw. The trap, I honestly felt was kind of cool for what it was. You can adjust the position of the, the tripod area, or the legs or whatnot, using the pistons. And just opening and closing the little clasps. And that is cool. That's all fine and dandy. But oh, and there's also tubes on this trap as well. I think there's another Mari blade as well, and also obviously whatever. But Karzahni, looking back on it, at the time I liked it. I liked what I saw. I liked what I built, and I liked just the overall thing. I think the Mari and Matoran were the highlight of this set for me, because, they're cool, and it's nice to have a recolor of the Ruru. But when I look back on it, Karzahni is just... it just doesn't feel right. This version of Karzahni, again, the story reason is what it is, but it's just... I don't know, man. This is not doing it for me anymore. I mean, I guess I like the look of it still, but at the same time, it's just not Karzahni. And I know why. It's because of the fucking mutagen. Yes, that is true. But when you exclude that, the story reason from the set, and you look at the set itself, just the set, it's just... what were they on? What kind of... just... yeah. At this point, I've said enough about Karzahni. All I'll say left at this point is I am grateful that we got the set in general, because at the end of the day, it was more Bionicle parts to collect. It was another Bionicle to purchase for $50 or whatever. But we still didn't get a Onumatoran and a Komatoran. What the fuck? In terms of the Mari-Toran. So. But there's people out there that have made their own Mari-Matoran, which, good on them. Is this set worth recollecting nowadays? That's for you to decide, honestly. If this wasn't labeled as Karzahni, if it was given a different name, I probably wouldn't care. But since it is labeled as the character's name is Karzahni in this set, and, well, to an extent the story, it just doesn't feel like Karzahni. It feels like just some weird alien reject of some sort from, like, Grasshopper Planet or something like that. I don't know. I am grateful that someone, that obviously a mockist out there, I can't remember who it was, but they made Karzahni much better. It's like Lego did him dirty, honestly. But then the redemption arc happened, and, well, we got a new version of Karzahni in the form of, well, this mock that someone made. And I think they did the same thing with Artaka, which, cool, it's nice to have them both. And Artaka looks pretty fucking awesome. Karzahni looks pretty fucking awesome. He has his actual color scheme in the book of purple and green. And that works. That works much better than this. And he does have the mask. So that's cool. It looks like quite an interesting and fun build, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to build it anytime soon. I mean, if it was sold for like, I don't know, $60 on some website, probably, I don't know. Maybe it's a purchasable item, that would be cool. But as it stands, it's still a cool creation, and I'm basically just, you know, I'm happy about that being a more canonized interpretation of, or representation, whatever, of Karzahni than this thing was. Again, if you like this version of Karzahni, cool, I'm happy for you. But at the same time, you have to recognize that this is a flawed set. And at the same time, it's also a set that feels like, you know, they did Karzahni dirty. And, well, it seems like it backfired because, again, we got a better representation of Karzahni in physical form through a mock from an extremely talented mockist. And for this, we are grateful. So, that's all I have to say about Karzahni, other than, you know, the whole plant, the Karzahni plant thing was kind of, what the hell? And also the island being named Karzahni. Why was there 3 different things named Karzahni? Did there have to be a Karzahni plant named after, basically, the devil of Bionicle? And the island being named after both. What the hell? It's like, oh god. The Morbozak was already pretty stupid, you know, in terms of, you know, vicious evil plant thing trying to take over Metro Nui. Did we need the Karzahni plant, which was the precursor to the Morbozak plant? You know? So, there's that. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks there. Have a good fucking day, and peace.